This is going to be a rant, but I would like to title this rant "Gang Wars of Old Wars." Gang Wars of Old Wars. The reason why I gave it this title is because when it comes to these street gangs out here, you have to think about it. Many of these street gangs and their leaders were fairly young. They was in their teenage years or early 20s. Basically, they were still learning and growing. And the old beefs that they had back in the day, for the most part, it was silly. It was kind of silly. I understand business is business, but for the most part, man, those beefs, man, it was all started by old fools, and those old fools was young. And now those old beefs are being carried on in the modern world. You have young folks out there that are still fighting these old wars that were started by old fools from these OGs out here, man. And that's why the OGs need to step up to the plate and end all this madness. And like I said before, man, you got young folks out here, man, young peoples, out here fighting a street war that was started years ago, way before their time. They're just perpetuating the nasty, vicious cycle that's going on in America, per se, and possibly the whole world. And you got the OGs, man. Most of those dudes are dead or locked up in jail for life. And I understand that young folks, young peoples don't want to listen and all that stuff. They still young, they arrogant, they wet behind the ears, they just don't know yet. So you have to let them, let them experience life. Because like they said before, experience is the best teacher. Life experience is the best teacher. So let them learn the hard way. But for the most part, man, a lot of the OGs need to step up and try to end the violence. Because like I said before, a lot of these wars, these gang wars, these tough wars, were basically old wars that were started by old fools, back in the day, but they was young. They was young fools. And we have to be mindful of that, man. And we cannot perpetuate the nasty, vicious cycle that's going on right now. We have to do better, people. We got to do better. These gang wars out here, man, you'd be surprised how some of these gang wars are started. Like way back in the day, it was all started by some I'm not all of it now, but not all of it. But some of those wars, man, was started by petty beefs. This guy slept with this man's girl, and all of a sudden there was a turf war. All types of petty nonsense, all types of stupid bullshit that was started by those old fools, which they was young fools back in the day. And some of those wars are still perpetuated to this day. You got silly beefs between the GDs and the Stones. I'm talking about in Chicago wise. You got, in Chicago wise, you got silly, petty beef wars between the GDs and the Moes, the Vice Lords and and the Disciples, all that type of bullshit, man. It's a bunch of mess, man. It's a bunch of bullshit. It really is, man. And we need to cut out the nasty cycle. We need to cut out the vicious, nasty cycle of what's plaguing the young people out here today. That's plaguing these young folks out here today, man. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. But we have to let the young people know that the war is on young black people. The war is on young black people for the most part. It always has been. The war always has been on black people in general, but especially the young. Because like they said before, the elite, or should I say the white rulership, they were fearful of the rise of a so-called black messiah. But for the most part, they was in fear of the rise of a strong black nation, not just a one black messiah, but a strong black nation that could come together and build up their neighborhoods and build up their peoples. That's what they fear, man. That's what the elite feared: a strong black nation, not just a black messiah. No, that's bullshit. They fear black people. They actually feared black people coming together and doing what they need to do in order for them to survive, man, and do better. You know, that's what they feared, man, and they still do to this. They still do to this day. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but to this day, they still have some fears of that, But going back to these young people that's a part of gangs right now, man, like I said, man, if y'all listening to these videos, get out the gang. So get out of these gangs, man, because a lot of these wars, it was all started by old fools back in the day. You don't want to perpetuate the nasty cycle that's going on out here, man. You don't want to perpetuate the cycle, man. You don't want to keep on producing hate towards another man, especially another black man, man. You don't need to do all that shit, man. Just leave the gangs, turn your back on the gangs, and do what you need to do in order for you to survive, man. Go out there, finish school, get your diploma, get your degree, do what you need to do in order for you to survive, man. Get a regular job, get a trade job, but make sure everything that you do is legal. You don't want to go to jail over some nonsense, man. And like they said before, man, if you keep on living that hood life, if you keep on living that gangster lifestyle, there's two options, man. There's only two outcomes, either dead or in jail, and that is so true. Either dead or in jail. Dude, I'm going to be real with you. There were so many people that I knew. There were some people that I knew around my neighborhood that went to jail or died because of gang violence. People setting up, you got this guy setting up setting up this other guy, his homeboy, because his homeboy got money and all that stuff. You got, dying in a shootout or getting shot at, from a hit man, it's just crazy stuff out here, man. It's sad, man. You'll get caught up in these streets. You get fucked up out there, man. It's real. You get caught up and you get fucked up. Listen, man, just overall, man, just get out the gang, get out the gangster lifestyle and just do what you need to do, man. Do what you need to do and just stay the fuck out of these damn streets. Because the streets ain't got no love for nobody. The streets is wrong. It really is, man. The streets don't give a fuck about nobody, man. It's like a demonic spirit that has a hold on people. Whoever enters in the gang, the gangster lifestyle or the street lifestyle, like everything changes for them, man, because of the things that they do in order for them to survive out there in the streets, man. It's more than just money. It's more than just having flashy things, man. It's about survival for the most part too. You got to look over your shoulder, and you can't trust every smile you meet out there as well. It just is what it is, man. But I know I'm going off on a tangent when it comes to that, man. But the only thing I want to say is that to the young folks out there, man, just do better. Do not make the same mistakes as your mothers and fathers have made, man. You must do better. Y'all have to. Y'all have to. But that's all I got to say about that, man. Sure, that's all I got to say. So, yeah, man, so I thank you so much and have a good day.